Okay, here we are for game 2 of today's set. I also forgot to rate that player's name. I think it was like Sorcerer or something like that. So, not quite Sorcerer, which would have been A tier. Sorcerer, kind of like, it's just a C. It's just, it doesn't impress me, but I don't hate it as well. There was no numbers in there, so not the worst name. And it was quite a quick game, so I mean, that's the problem with playing these quick creature decks. You know, sometimes they can go really fast. So, you know, hopefully I'll maybe get a low life total like we did in the burn videos the other day, and fight an uphill battle, or maybe even a creature mirror breaker. I can tap some of the guys down with Binding Mummy. Let's check the name real quick. Liliana, great avatar by the way, great avatar. Yeah, it's a pretty good hand. Guess I can't really do anything with Crypt Breaker, but getting him out there seems good. Also, I could draw an untapped land, play Scrappy Scavenger on turn 2, or, you know, discard Scrappy Scavenger, make a 2/2, and these guys are really powerful, so I think it's worth it keeping. Also, I put on my gunners here. My eyes are getting a little bit sore. So, Shajba. I can't pronounce that, so I'm probably just a Philistine. And we want more lands, so that's why I played this versus the Evolving Wilds, because the Evolving Wilds is a slightly thinner deck, and this is going to come untapped anyway. So I'd rather play it now. So if we have a double black spell next turn, or if we have a white spell, we can play both. Whereas if I tutored up Plains, which I would do, I could not play a Grasp of Darkness, which there's one of those in the deck, I think. I just kind of wanted to put mainly zombies in the deck. There's a couple of Fatal Pushes as well for removal, and Dark Salvation as well. So it looks like the opponent's playing Orzhov as well, maybe Esper. I think the Blessed Alliance is for sure up here. Probably won't attack and discard a card instead. Or I could just develop my board and play Scrappy Scavenger, which seems good as well. But also, this is nice because I can discard like an Anguished Unmaking or one of these to make a 2/2. So, I think, Scrappy's pretty good though. Yeah, I think I'll do that because then I can play Scrap Heap, and even if he does a Blessed Alliance, I can just play Scrap Heap, and then if he kills that, I can exile this and get rid of whatchamacallit, this Crypt Breaker. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have, because then he wastes his mana for that turn. He can't do anything. He's never going to go 4 life. He's just going to keep the card, or she's going to keep the card. Looks like we're playing Esper control, so don't know if we have a great game against that, especially when they're just, you know, very casually passing the turn constantly. This is really good against them, because eventually, like, they'll just assume we don't have good removal, I think, and just slam their Planeswalkers when they can. So I'm just going to attack first. And I could play my Lord of the Accursed or Binding Mummy, or I could wait to see if he Fatal Pushes this, and then I can get this back end step, which is kind of nice. And also this way, he doesn't get any value off his counterspell. He could have, no, my god, he's going to Anguish Unmaking that. Oh, sorry. Also, he could have Spell Shrivel up there, because like if you're playing an Esper mana base, Spell Shrivel is a little bit better. Now I'm definitely going to play something here. Obviously I need to affect the board real quick, or else he's just going to run away with this game. So I'm going to play my worst card though. So I'm just going to play a Binding Mummy. So if he has a counterspell and he counters it, we're not super unhappy because we expected it as well. So, I mean, not wasting, but using, you know, a counterspell that can counter anything like a Kalidas or an Anguish Unmaking later on your Planeswalker versus a 2/2 Mummy, which actually, we get some info on his hand here. We know he doesn't have Fatal Push in hand there, unless he drew it off the top, because like, why would you counter it when you can use a Fatal Push? So I guarantee there's no Fatal Push in that hand. So that's always something you should be looking out for. And also playing this as well, played around Censor. So I'm going to get a Plains here. We do have a Gideon in the deck. Not on theme, but, you know, he helped Liliana out. Could play this, but, you know, I'm not too sure if they're playing Censor, so I think I'm just going to wait a turn and then play this next turn. Which is annoying because he can get to Glimmer, or she can get to Glimmer in the end step here. Or Telling Time, even. And I know a lot of people would prefer anticipate, but look, anticipate isn't here, so we gotta play telling time. Also, didn't cycle sensor, so you know, still potentially has sensor in hand. I hope he just plays like a Sauron Grim Nemesis here. That's pretty bad for us. And I'm just going to use this because I don't have removal for that. Unless it's Dark Salvation with a lot of zombies out. So, you know, getting to do that and slamming a Kalidas is kind of nice. Again, could be tempted to play this just because this is so much better. You just need 3 cards in hand though. So which one do I play? This is higher upside, but it's a better card. I think I just play this just while I can. It's going to guarantee get down. He has to have a murder to deal with it. Or another Anguished Unmaking. Or like a commit to put it on the top of my library. Or like an Evolving Wells plus Fatal Push or Grasp of Darkness. So, and Grasp of Darkness, he might even play Grasp in this deck. Interesting. 6 mana up. I don't like the 6 mana up, of course. So, interesting. So I could like animate this, attack with both to play around Blessed Alliance. Because we know, or we presume he has 3 Blessed Alliance in deck, so I'm just going to play this, see what happens. Presumably he's playing like a board wipe in the deck. So I just really want to play around Blessed Alliance here. If he's got no interactive kill spells, I can just go animate Shambling Vent next turn, attack with all 3. Then he's got to have 2 separate kill spells plus a Blessed Alliance. Yeah, so this is what I was worried about. Is he have his board wipe, which is why I didn't play this as well. And I also was playing around Censor. And also this is a zombie, so I can sacrifice it specifically for Languish. I know I didn't say that all the time, but you know, it was a thought that I had in my mind as well, leaving the 3 mana. And again, I'm really very suspicious about Blessed Alliance. So I have 3 mana. I can actually, this is perfect, right? So I can play this. The problem is if he has a perfect combination of Fatal Push and Blessed Alliance, I really get punished here. But even if he does have that... okay, he's really putting the Fear of God in me. I can just wait 1 more turn. It's so unlikely though, and he has... So 1 card in hand, there's 2 left in the deck. Also, why would you incentivize me not to attack? Like, why would you give me that information Fatal Pushing it straight away when you could wait until I attacked? So that implies he doesn't have it. So I could wait a turn, but he gets to draw an extra card. I think the downside of losing Kalidas is so big that I'm actually just not gonna attack there. I know it seems crazy, and it really... maybe I should have gone with my read there because it's so unlikely he has it, or she has it, because why would you Fatal Push straight away there? You know, it's just, okay, now I feel a lot safer because I can just even regrow my Kalidas. But, you know, I've successfully played around it. He only can have 1 Blessed Alliance and block with the Shambling Vent, and it's not even that good, you know? And I get to Fatal Push his Shambling Vent, which is really nice. So I'd be really curious later on if we see that this is a Blessed Alliance. And I'd be really happy if it was. Even if it wasn't, I wouldn't be too annoyed. Okay, it was a Fatal Push. Okay, yeah. So I guess, you know, I should have attacked that turn. I could be, she'd be on 5 less life, and I'd be on 5 more life. But I think, you know, it's reasonable to think about these things and potentially play around stuff that even if it's not there. But obviously I was wrong in that instance. So I'm just gonna minus this. I'm not really too worried about the ultimate. I mean, I could get this back and play it and start getting card advantage, but this is just such a more potent threat. Interesting. Yeah, maybe there's an argument for just picking a small zombie and just, you know, just going in, just attacking straight away, because you don't want to let the control player back in. Okay, so just see what he does. Attack first, I suppose. Potentially should have just used this ability to give all zombies menace, because if he has Gear Hulk, the blue Gear Hulk, torrential Gear Hulk. So plus this first. I guess I play the card more mana efficient. And he also knows, or she knows I have it in hand, so I can't even really bait with this. So yeah, he's just doing stuff main phase, trying to find a planar outburst or another languish to get rid of my board. Force me to maybe -2 my Liliana to get this back, and then he redraws a kill spell. You know, we're going back and forth here. This has kind of been an interesting game. It's always good to try and work out what's in your opponent's hand and try and play around it. So a little bit of a decision there. So what's he got? Okay, I guess we're getting pretty lucky here. The control player's floating out. That sometimes happens. They have a lot of land in the deck. They'd probably play 26 land and play 24 in this deck. This is a nice card as well. Hard to interact with for board wipe purposes. Tackle. Again, Gear Hook less of a threat because I can just, you know, minus, get this back. And he's on a low life total anyway. And one card in hand, you know. With my board state, I think the reason I played around it with Kaltas is because he's such a big threat, and I only had one thing left after that. A little bit different. So I'm actually not going to play at the Plague Belcher, just because he's on 3, or she's on 3 life. I have, you know, 4 creatures effectively. Also, does have Censor in the deck, so, you know, playing around that earlier, not playing, I think I had the option of playing these 2, you know, not for nothing anyway. So there's the Planar Outburst. So good thing I didn't play this, eh? No point in sacking the zombies because it will die anyway. Oh, he awakened it as well. Okay, that's interesting. Oh my god, that's sick. So, yeah, I think he's definitely potentially a better spot. I mean, he's going to go to 1 for sure. Because I'm going to animate this. Maybe I should have minus that. Maybe I forgot about awakening of Planar Outburst. Because I could have just got another zombie back. But having the Planeswalker there, it's got to be Planar Outburst, so I don't think it was too bad. Now this has Menace as well, so this is really nice, because basically if he doesn't draw anything, or she doesn't draw anything off the top, she's going to lose. So I'll put them on, I'll just put them here. It has Menace. Probably should have played this to thin our deck of lands, so we don't want to draw a land. Yeah, that was a mistake. Probably should have played that. So there's no reason to attack with this, because even, you know, if they have a kill spell... Is this? Oh, another zombie? Okay, so if I thought it was that would be pretty sick. This is Menace, right? Okay, just making sure it is Menace. Okay, so there actually was a reason to attack with this, to play around Blessed Alliance. But if they had Blessed Alliance, it wouldn't matter, because they gain 4 life anyway. Okay, so I will get rid of this this land, and since I have no cards in hand, there's no reason for me to hold up Fatal Push. So I'm just going to sacrifice it right now. You know, thin that deck a little bit, and hopefully draw like a Gideon, maybe Fatal Push or Grasp of Darkness for this, or any zombie really, any zombie. So the worst card they can draw is Glimmer of Genius, because then they can just maybe get some really nice cards and get going again. Or a Planeswalker to bounce this like a Jace. Okay, so wow, we're actually 2-0 here, and I was complaining about the medium stats about the deck, and then... Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and stick around for game 3.